Good afternoon, folks. Here I am again, your representative of the Little Acres Parapsychology Institute. That's what I am. You can write to me there. It's at Ivan.Fraser, somewhere in the state, I think, .com. Yeah, is that it? Yeah. That's a great grandson.
I think.
Over here, he's coaching me on here to tell me what I'm going to do right or not. So.
No.
Oh, he didn't like that. Okay. So he's going to best smile and look at us and have a good old time, okay? Yeah, all right. Well, let's get on to business. You know, we've run across an awful lot of stuff that has been argued about, discussed for a couple thousands of years. And some of it may not sit right with you, some of it might, and you just might write to me and, send me an email. That's easy. It's easy on your computer. Send me an email and I'll respond to it, probably. Most likely I'll respond to it. See, I have a problem with my vision, and some say I have a problem with my hearing too, so I don't necessarily believe them all the time. So anyway, let's talk about a little bit of AI, like we did last week. I didn't get any emails, so I guess we'll just have to kind of do it by guess, huh? So, yeah. So what kind of a AI would you like? An artificial intelligence type machine.
I don't have any.
Would you like a toy like that?
Yes.
Yeah, see, the kids would probably like it just fine. They'd probably figure out how to ride on it and all kinds of things. The few AI robots, let me say human-looking robots, there's not very many of them out there, and they're constantly being tested. But what they're going to be doing, of course, is they're going to be helping us in every way they can possibly think of. And sure enough, somebody will put a tax on something they do, but, we're not going to worry about that right now. I think the question of artificial intelligence, somebody could put us in right next to a cage with robots in it, and then they can mix us all up in there like we're having and so how would it turn out, do you think? That we would know what to do or know what was going on or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, huh? Okay. The chances are of a robot, AI robot, which most people are concerned about. There's a whole lot of robots in manufacturing places that don't have eyes and ears and brains. They just have brains enough to do the thing they have to do for forever in the factory. But there needs to be a human around to go around and check, are they doing it right? What does the programming need to be to get them to do it a little bit better? Or more, or maybe it's troubleshooting or something like that. Anyway, they're into that nowadays a lot. So that's what the AI motivation is going to be. It's going to be, what did they tell them to do? And it's like the motivation of an animal, you have to talk about several different things. It's not just a reaction thing, but your robot could be very much a reaction thing, and it just you just shut it off when you're not using it, or have it shut itself off when you're not using it, and then go turn it on when you want it, or have another robot turn them on, something like that. All kinds of stuff could be happening there. But from the standpoint of generating intention to develop a purpose was brought up the other day by Shelby, and would they ever develop that purpose? Because if they could develop a purpose, then you'd have to put in all kinds of stuff to reroute that impulse so the robot would not do harmful things. I think they're going to, as they show in movies, going to put things in the robots that even whether they have a face or a head or not, that they can't hurt human beings. And that would be something like if a robot would not intentionally, no intention for hurting a human being, because they're not capable of developing that intention into a motivation. I could be wrong about that, but I'd sure like to read about it. The robots would go according to certain programming. That's the key word nowadays, programming. Programming. And they don't program themselves yet. They may get to that someday, but before they get there, I would hope some human beings take it upon themselves to figure out how to make a program that disallows a robot from hurting any human being by either actively doing something or by not doing something that they could see, that they would see being dangerous. So those are two ways that you have to figure on being safe. So the other thing is, don't run into people, stuff like that. Just all kinds of simple things. One could take a book and several pages, you could write down the things that you would want, and maybe that'll be the way you get a robot when you decide you're going to buy one to help you in the house or in the yard. But you could do that, and they'll be available probably in 25 years. The more expensive ones will be available in 5 years, because I saw it on TV. And the Japanese are doing some really good stuff with it. Leave it to them, Build a good car, make us come along and do as good as they did. So, I don't think I got any more I want to talk about today with AI and with motivation. It's a whole subject. Motivation is a whole subject for psychologists around checking what everything from fleas to humans do, or supposed humans even. So, there's an awful lot in there, and we can continue discussing that and take pieces of it and say, what about this or what about that? You set up a scenario and And even a little play. We can make a little play. What would you do with a robot that responds to you in this way or that way? And so that could be some fun to do that. Let's see. Anything else you want to know about? Anybody out there? Hello?
You got a question for him today?
I missed it.
Purpose. You talked about purpose last week, and then will AI ever have purpose? And that purpose, will that keep it going?
Well, yeah. The purpose is easily defined as we put this machine together to turn a bolt 7,000 times in a shift, and that's its purpose in our factory, and its purpose with this crew. Now, to give the idea of a purpose to another robot would depend on what he's asked to do or she's asked to do, and what the deal is. You know, all robots aren't going to be tin. Some of them are going to be nice and fleshy and pretty, and they're going to talk pretty and whistle and things like that. So those things have to be accounted for. But purpose, yeah, that's their purpose. And I think the question came, can they develop a purpose themselves? And I think that's probably down the road many tens of years, and that's going to take a lot more experience on the human being's part. And it's going to slop over onto DNA and RNA and all of that, and how do you build a human-type robot? And so we can talk some about that next time if you like.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's all I got today. What about you guys? Anybody got anything right now?
Nope.
Awesome. Good job, Dad.
Okay, well, write to me. See you next week.